right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we are jumping straight into the source, breaking down a core concept from the ancient Pali text, the Paṭisambhidāmagga, so we can really understand what the path is all about.
So let's kick things off with a question, just to get us thinking. When you hear the words, the path, what pops into your head? Do you picture a static map with a set of rules? Or do you think of it as an active, dynamic force for real transformation? Okay, so here's what we've got on tap for today's Explainer. We'll look at the path as a cause, break it down into an 8-part toolkit, see the results in 4 stages, check out how it fits into other frameworks, and wrap up with the most important takeaway. All right, first step, the path as a cause. Let's really get into this core idea, because according to this text, it's not just a nice metaphor, it's the fundamental principle of how change actually happens. So, first we have the Pali word magga. Pretty straightforward, right? It just means the path or the way. It's the route that gets you from here to there. Simple enough. Now, pair that with this next concept, hetu. This means the cause. But listen, this isn't just a simple reason for something. You got to think of it more like a seed. It's an active, generative principle that makes things happen. Okay, so here's the big idea, the absolute key takeaway from the Paṭisambhidāmagga. It's that the path is the cause. They're not two separate things. The practice itself is the engine that drives purification. So how does this actually work? Well, let's break it down by looking at the 8 parts of this path. But don't think of them as just a list of steps. It's more like a toolkit, where every single tool has a specific job to do. First tool in the kit, right view. Its specific function is just seeing. The Pali is dasanatana. And what's cool is it doesn't really fight wrong views. It just dissolves them by causing you to see things as they really are. Simple as that. Now, this is really interesting. Even though each of the 8 tools has its own unique function, the text makes it super clear that they all work together to produce the exact same set of results. For instance, they all help to literally consume defilements, actively burn away those unhelpful mental habits. And they all lead to establishing the mind in what's called cessation, which is just the state of perfect peace. Okay, tool number 2. Right intention. Its job is apyanirbanatena, which means directing the mind. Think of it like the rudder on a ship. It's the active cause that steers your thoughts towards what's helpful and away from what's not. Next up, we've got right speech. Its function is parigahatena, or encompassing. It acts as a cause by basically drawing a circle around wholesome communication, keeping the good stuff in and the harmful stuff out. And then there's a right action. Its function is samuttanatena, which means in the sense of originating. This is the starting point, the wellspring from which all your skillful actions are going to flow. All right, moving on to right livelihood. Its whole purpose is vodalantena, or in the sense of cleansing. So its job is to actively purify how you make your living, making sure it's clean, ethical, and beneficial. And you're going to need some energy for all this, right? That's where right effort comes in. Its function is pagahatena, in the sense of exerting. This is that persistent, uplifting energy that just keeps the momentum going. Next is right mindfulness. Its function is upachanatana, in the sense of establishing. It's what causes that stable here-now awareness to show up, and that becomes the foundation for everything else. And finally, we have right concentration. Its function, avikipatatina, which means in the sense of non-distraction. This is the causal piece that creates that calm, focused, and totally unshakable state of mind. Okay, so we've seen the toolkit. Now let's talk results. What actually happens when you use these tools? The text is super practical here. It lays out 4 really distinct stages of progress. So the text points to these 4 major milestones on the journey. And each one isn't just a small step. It's a deep, permanent shift in how you see the world, all brought about by the causal power of the path. And this chart, it just lays it all out so clearly. You can see the cause and effect in action. At that first stage, stream entry, the path directly causes wrong view to just fall away. Then at the next stage, it gets rid of the really coarse forms of craving and ill will. It just keeps going like that, chipping away at deeper and deeper stuff, until, bam, at the final stage, everything that's left is gone for good. And just to make sure we really get it, the text then shows us how this whole idea of path as a cause isn't just some one-off concept. It's actually the active ingredient in a bunch of other key Buddhist teachings. It's like looking at the same principle through different camera lenses. And check this out. The text shows this causal principle is everywhere. When you look at these path qualities as the 5 faculties, their job is dominance. They dominate unhelpful states. When you see them as the 5 powers, their job is to be totally unshakable. And as the 7 factors of enlightenment, their function is nothing less than complete liberation. So, you see, the labels change, but the engine is always the same. The path is an active, powerful cause.
Okay, so we've gone pretty deep into the Paṭisambhidāmagga. What's the big takeaway here? What's the final point of all this? Well, the text wraps it all up with this really powerful statement. It says that this whole process, this active cultivation of seeing, directing, cleansing, and all the rest, it isn't just an exercise. It has a destination, an ultimate goal, the deathless, the unconditioned, Nibbana itself. And that really just leaves us with one final, very practical question to think about. If the path really is a toolkit, and every single tool is a direct cause for real change, which one of these 8 functions could you start actively cultivating in your own life? Like right now, today,